I worry Zeb's in over his head with all of this. Good thing we showed up when we did. Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind? No offense to Val, but it's real nice having someone watching my back who ain't in constant need of recalibration. Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure, Always happy to tour around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Goodwin here. Field report update. We are approaching the Raptidon den. These beasts have exhibited excessive irritability as of late. We endeavor to determine why. Surely the red spores aren't to blame. Wind-borne spores lack the catalytic agent of our food additives. Only way to be certain is to gather a stool sample. Simple enough. A routine task for the Audacious Advances field team. Quiet now as we approach the rap's nest. Certainly the spirited variety will offer... Oh, no! Oh, okay. We need to run now!
Hostile life forms. Apologies. Emergency.
Hey, got a distraction for you.
Maintaining stamina. Standing by with life support.
Not walking this off. Stand me back up. Yeah, my bad.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472.
This unit has finished compiling the comprehensive report
This
on the
stretch runs
commander
between
you
Fairfield and
requested,
the
Agent
Airport
Carter.
operating base.
Oh, thanks.
Appears an old abandoned chapel.
But I didn't request a report.
This request is over 3,470 days old and was initially issued prior to the mission on Horizon Point.
Oh, shit! Delete that. It's most likely to have outdated information anyway.
Acknowledged. Purging the commander's favorite colors, foods, and activities report. Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Presenting the Valerie unit. The latest and greatest in a line of Earth Directorate support automechanicals. All you could want in a squad mate at half the cost. The Valerie unit is the exclusive property of the Earth Directorate and is not intended for civilian or commercial use. Resale of this unit is strictly prohibited. Vitality augmentation, logistics evaluation, reconnaissance, and information extraction unit. Attempting to ride this unit in order to replicate the experience of flight is strongly discouraged. This unit can support up to 100 pounds of weight while still remaining airborne, and is not ideal for body transportation or disposal. Do you have any other queries, Commander?
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Stranger, consider yourself lucky that I've been ordered to not open fire unless fired upon. I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty in his estimation. Indeed. Once this was the accepted order in which we handled matters. Now, well, any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. Betraying the Protectorate, using the Sovereign's name in vain, overindulging in food and drink, loafing, boasting, belching, and of course, colluding with wrongdoers. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
A lot more folks are gonna die if we don't catch up to DeVries. We have to consider our options, even the ugly ones. If these folks are deserving, maybe it's worth it.
Trial. And their crimes are as clear as the Sovereign's blue skies? We may not ascribe to your laws, but do not assume that I think lightly of taking a life. These traitors have committed grave offenses, ones that would be punished without question. It's not at all the same as the indiscretions the Brigadier damns his people for. There's a wide gulf between justice and madness, and many interpretations of the law land on the right side. You see the difference, do you not? How very astute. To my point, our forces on the island are dwindling rapidly. Not just from the fighting, but from treachery. Or from seeing treachery where there is none. I am seeking to preserve our forces by punishing the true wrongdoers. After all, it is rather impossible to uphold one's sovereign-given duties if one is deceased. Now, will you accept my offer, or will you finally get out of my sight? I commend you for your eager interest. I think 2 traitors in particular. First is Ida Rutledge, a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were, oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any subject would. But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. Saving oneself at the expense of one's loyalties and one's duty to defend their homeland is not survival, it is damnation. Never would I have imagined she would spit in the face of all our values. What I do is for the greater glory of Arcadia, not for my own selfish interests. Know this, I am an instrument of the Protectorate, and so shall you be. With that matter sorted, I simply require the second traitor in hand, Charlton Weintraut of Westport. It should not escape your notice that we share the same surname. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear? I am not. And with luck, I will not have to pull his once justice has been meted. Anyone who allowed the enemy to overrun their land is a traitor. So yes, my dear cousin must answer for his crimes. Now go. Remember, once I have both traitors apprehended, you may cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell. I see you have not brought my cousin to heel. Have you at least seen about Ida? Do hurry.
Being this close to DeVries feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, need something, Commander?
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protector.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
How empty are the lives of anti-subjects that they need to rely on consumerism to find meaning?
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. devised the paradigm. Even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome Raptidons, or the base individualists within choice. Though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Are you mentally refreshed?
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses.
It's infected.
But then,
Redstone
how
arrives
do
soon.
I
We'll
cook
have to
the
start
fish?
cutting.
History. Human
Greetings.
societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly.
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
Complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the sovereign devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty.
If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such.
Don't fret. The system is resilient. The system abides.
Hence my use of the term reasonable facsimile. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates
That's abundantly kind of you, though there must be something I can offer.
to offset any minor disruption.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
We are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared...
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the
Farewell now.
designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible...
Auntie's Choice is the proud maker of Spacer's Jaw. Zero-G... and antibiotics. Everything you need to get through your day.
Confronting threat.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with me.
Entering a confrontational state.
You lot couldn't hit the wrong side of a freighter.
Seems nowhere on Paradise Island's going untouched by this war.
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
No, he ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt. If the occasion calls for it. But I fancy myself something of a biologist. Or, at least I used to. Me and Raptidons, we're well acquainted. I know their patterns, behaviors, attacks. Know what gives them an edge around folk who ain't in possession of that knowledge. Which is why I gotta ask, what are you doing here? Huh. I heard there were some survivors still holed up over there. I can understand them looking for help, though how this place could provide that? I ain't claiming to know. I'm Inez Silung, Auntie's choice. Former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Now, menial troubleshooter. So long as you don't impede my work or break the stalemate we got on this island, I think we'll get along all right. I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none. When there's paperwork, there's enemy secrets. And dropping Raptidons on the place is a quick way to stop any personnel keen on destroying those secrets before we find them. It's a kinder fate than if they survived. Allowing us to walk off with this intel would surely land any survivor in front of the firing squad. Or sentimental refreshment. Far as I can tell, it's the polite name for re-education camp. If you've got the misfortune of being protectorate, you live under the watchful eye of the Sentinels. You even think of stepping out of line, they pay you a visit and send you off. To where exactly, I ain't sure. But you'll be getting obedience kicked into you. And apparently there's some highly sensitive intel about mental refreshment hereabouts. The minister sent me here to find it. If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs. Sorry. Guess I'm just used to folks staring real hard and then steering clear. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. It was a total failure. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might fix my graft, proving myself ain't happening anytime soon. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones. No. Enhanced Soldier Division was the fancy public-facing name for the grafting program. And when I say it was shuttered, I mean completely fucking demolished. Bet they'd erase it from the financial records if they could. It was that much of an embarrassment. In the wake of such a failure, it's left us grafted folks with no support. I only been able to treat my own ailments thanks to Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. She worked for the program for a time. She's a good one. Truth is, my time is coming. The graft's making me sick, and it'll kill me if I leave it be. But I ain't giving up. There's gotta be a way to fix it. You looked at the fine print of an employment contract lately? It says any action taken by a worker that could result in impeded work must be approved by the contract holder. Not only would trying to fix my graft impede my work, but it's also financially unviable, unproven, a risky investment. So I'm stuck with a limb that's slowly poisoning me. Could pursue fixing it myself were I out of my contract, but if I attempted to end it, I'd have to waive all employment rights for the next year. That's a non-starter. Go ahead. There's probably plenty of Protectorate info waiting to be scooped up, if you're keen.